Montel Williams, and I think alike with Montel on this. We think that the sailor did exactly what he needed to do to bring his crew home safely. United States Marine and TV talk show host Montel Williams goes on the record. Montel, you and I are in agreement on this. What was he supposed to do to get his team home?
Greta, I got to tell you something. I got to thank you for covering it this way, making sure that all the points come in to the conversation. I have to correct something that the Congresswoman said a few minutes ago. Listen to me. Back in, this is 1981, 1982, I was in the USS Kitty Hawk Battle Group, transiting through the North Arabian Sea, going through then the South China Sea, and we picked up boat people. I got a humanitarian service medal for being a part of that battle group. We put guns on. We made sure they were on their knees, hands over behind their head. The thing we didn't do is film them and then broadcast it to embarrass them. For somebody to say that that's not the procedure by which our Coast Guard, our military boards every ship is incorrect. Now, let's come back to what our sailor did. He had no choice. He had no choice. He had no opportunity to call the State Department, call the President, ask what I should do in these rules of engagement. He's responsible for the safety of his soldiers. And all day long you hear people say negative things, and they really got to back up.
I don't understand, though, Montel, and this whole business about getting 50 miles off course, that they had a navigational error. That still does something. I mean, I don't know who's selling us this navigational equipment for our Navy ships, but that can happen.
This is one that I can't wait to see what happens when we do a full investigation and find out whether or not, because remember, first they said one of the vessels wasn't disabled, then it had an equipment problem. Now if it's a navigation problem, we definitely have to find out what was happening there. But at the same time, if we were in Iranian waters, then, they would have the right to do what they did. They do not have the right to attempt to embarrass or to film our guys, and that's what they did. And that's what we should literally be.
They certainly felt bold enough to do that. All right, now let me turn to another topic, Montel, that you and I also agree and talk about. Marine Amir Hekmati, he's stuck in prison, in the Evin prison. You've got Pastor Saeed Abedini, because he's a Christian, he's stuck there. We've got Jason Rezaian, a Washington journalist, and we have Bob Levinson, a former FBI. We're not sure if he's dead or alive, but his family's been looking for about 7 years for him. And what about these people? They're prisoners.
I got to tell you, Greta, 1,599 days. Everybody who hears our voice needs to go up today on GoFundMe.com/free Amir now. He has been in prison for 1,599 days. That's almost 4.5 years. The longest held American hostage in Iran, and he's been held there because he's wearing a uniform. Now, look what they did to us today by smacking our soldiers in the face. This is another smack in the face, and I got to tell you something. At the President's State of the Union address, Sarah Hekmati was there, so was Rami Kurdi. Both Congressman Kildee and Congressman Salmon gave up their seats so that they could be there, and Speaker Ryan made sure that they sat together. Were the hostages even mentioned during the speech? Is this something else that gets kicked down the road? And that means that now Amir has to wait for the next president to get him out? This is absolutely absurd.
It's a little bit like yours and my friend Andrew Tamarisi in Mexico.
Yes,
it's like he certainly also wore the uniform and seemed to have a little trouble there as well. Montel, thank you.
Thank you so much. Greta, I and Governor Richardson are going to be trying our best again to see what we can do with Amir. If I have to go over there myself, I will.
Well, find me a seat. I'll go with you. You know that.
Yes, ma'am. I know you will. Thank you.
The sister Marine Amir Hekmati writing a brand new op-ed on why she has new hope her brother will come home after nearly 4.5 years in that horrible Iranian prison. Now, I posted a link to that article on GretaWire.com, so you should check it out. And, of course, stay with On the Record and Fox News for instant live updates on this Iran ship investigation.